Hi there, thank you so much for watching my video. Um, as you may be expecting, I don't know, based off of my previous videos, you might think that I'm gonna talk about something serious, and I am, because that's what I do. What I want to talk about today is abortion. If this is a trigger for you already, I still encourage you to watch this video to the end. One thing that I like to encourage people to do is to talk, to feel free to talk and express themselves. In this day and age, like, people feel so, I don't know, held against the wall when it comes to freedom of speech. But I still encourage folks to speak their opinions, even if it's not a common opinion. Like, just talk. And if you experience ridicule, then that's just the reality of things. But we shouldn't be afraid to talk, honestly. And the Lord has not given us, He hasn't given His people a spirit of fear, but that of love, power, and a sound mind. So yeah, I'm a speak, and I'm gonna share what I believe is the heart of God. It's not a popular opinion, but I don't really care. My goal is to really inform people of what's going on, and hopefully get people to change their minds. Again, please watch this to the end till the end, even if you have a different point of view, because we can all learn from each other. So there's this news broadcast that I was listening to, might have been a month ago now, and they were talking about this clinician, or it might have been a nurse, who had provided abortion pills to a client in that area. Had, it wasn't legal for them to do such a thing. It wasn't legal for them to provide abortion pills, but they did it under the table. And this really, like, saddened me, to be honest, because the post Roe v. Wade overturn has been kind of a challenge on both sides. And I'm not against anybody who's on pro-choice, like, who's on the side of pro-choice. I'm not against you if you're watching this video, but I want to share what I believe is the heart of God. Yeah, like, the viewpoint that I know God has is that He doesn't want us to murder babies in the womb. And there's this argument that, one, it's not even a person, or a human in the womb, it's just a fetus. Please, like, do your research and see, like, when the heartbeat starts, when the nerves are developed, when, like, all these, like, how babies, when they're outside of the womb, develop so quickly. There's fast development even in the womb, like, really, really fast development. So I really encourage you to look up the fetal development in the womb, because that's going to help you see that, like, there's life forming in the womb. So what was I saying? So yeah, it's really important that we understand that it's not just about the woman, but it's about a baby. If I'm asking for rights to my body, it makes sense, right? But if there's another being growing on the inside of me, at that point, it's not just about me, it's also about the person living inside of me, or the person growing on the inside of me. So it's not just about my rights, it's two people at this point. And just because the baby isn't born yet doesn't mean that we shouldn't consider it. We should always consider the baby that's forming in the womb, because that's God's creation. And one thing that I want to bring up real quick, which I haven't really heard other people talk about, is the majority of unwanted pregnancies are not a result of rape and incest and all these difficult situations. That's a topic in itself, but the majority of cases is just among women who and couples who just weren't ready for, to have a baby. The hard truth that I have to say is that, like, intercourse between a man and a woman has a possibility, like, there's a possibility of pregnancy when people have intercourse. That's why God placed this desire in us to have intercourse. There's some of us who have intercourse outside of marriage, which isn't the desire of God. That's not why God created it. It's, he created it in the confines of, marriage between a man and a woman. So that's one. And then two, like, even if you're married, if you have sex, there's a chance that you'll be pregnant. So if you had sex and you were pregnant, you have to face the consequences. You know what I mean? Like, you have to take responsibility for the intercourse, the results of the intercourse. This isn't really about rights for the women, to be honest. Some people say that abortion is healthcare, and that's totally wrong. This is about the rights of the baby that's growing, and we shouldn't feel like we have the right to take away life. We need to bear the consequences, whether that's keeping the baby and raising them ourselves, putting them up for adoption. I know with adoption, especially now during like the COVID era or season, I feel like I did a little bit of research yesterday, where like there aren't that many families who have entered into the adoption pool, so there are more children in need of homes than there are families that have sought adoption services. So I understand that. So again, despite that fact, nobody should be aborting a baby. We have to take responsibility for our actions. And again, if it's a case of rape, incest, and other serious cases, that's another subject. I still believe that, a baby should be kept alive, because again, this, it's about life, and nobody should feel the right to take away life. So yeah, that's just what I wanted to share. I really want, if you're someone who's watching this video, I encourage you to do research, not just form your own opinion based off of what popular culture, but do your research. There's this organization called Live Action, which I really love. They're a pro-life organization. They provide a lot of information about abortion and other alternatives, in case you want to give up your baby. But again, like, we just need to reevaluate how we think. I don't like where society is right now, but there's also a lot of things that God is doing on the earth. So we shouldn't be, down pressed by what's, the negative things that are going on. Yeah. So God bless you. Thank you for watching. And I pray that the Lord opens all of our eyes, and that we would live according to his desires and his will, not our own. All right. God bless.